there everyone, welcome back to Witch Hazel's Cauldron. I have a video for you today on my Midori Traveler's Notebook. Now you have met this notebook before, but I have repurposed it and I want to tell you a little bit about that. So, first things first, as an actual travel notebook it worked out pretty well, worked out fine, but I still do not like the disconnect between my personal journal and just travel journaling in here. I don't like splitting up my journaling that way, and I guess that's just a personal preference that I have to deal with. So now the other thing was I thought I wanted to try and actually plan in my traveler's notebook, use it as a planner, and quickly realized that will not ever work for me. Like never. And here's the reason why. I fussed with this. I got it so that it will basically lay flat, but it won't do that consistently depending on which book you're in. And also, say this is my calendar. If I set this on the desk, which first of all, it won't even set completely because of the knots in the elastic, but the booklet itself will try to start and close. It won't close completely, it'll just be kind of hanging open like this. And that irritates the heck out of me. I mean, you would not believe how it irritates me. I need my planner to lay flat. And it's an absolute must for me. That's why I like the Leuchtturm. It's why I like spiral bound stuff. It's why I liked my Franklin Covey, because during my workday, my norm is I just open up my planner to the week I'm on and it sits on my desk. I can glance at it whenever I want, I can take notes in it, but it sits open on the desk. And these booklets will not do that for me. They just won't. So I cannot use it as a planner. Alright, so given that, what am I using it for? Now, before you get all nervous, I am still using that black notebook, that Miguel Ruiz that I showed in my video when BOS meets Bujo. I am still using that. However, because that was a big, thick thing and clunky, of course I did not pack that with me because I only had hand luggage coming home to Denver. So that is still in California waiting to be shipped to me. That's been my ongoing problem with my journals. So I am still using that. I am still liking that. However, I decided to try and repurpose this as a daily devotional journal. I have been really enjoying a lot of the videos I'm watching, mostly from Christian women, their war binders and devotional binders. Sorry, my throat's really scratchy. And I've really been enjoying that just from the perspective of, you know, the happiest people I know. I may not agree with all of their beliefs. I may think they are closed-minded about many things, but the happiest people I know, truly, are the ones who devote time daily to their religion, to their spirituality. And that is in any religion. Anyone I have ever met, if they are truly doing what they want to do and seem to be content, they all share this characteristic. So that, coupled with the knowledge that, you know, for a little while I had a morning routine. I was doing it when I was working on Prosperity Magic, and I tried out the Miracle Morning for a while, and I have been telling myself I need to get back into that. I really enjoyed it. I really was enjoying life better when I did that. I really like having that quiet time in the morning. So here's what I came up with. I have put several. This was great when I had 3 notebooks in here. I put a 4th one in here and it kind of screwed things up, so it's still in progress. But with 3, and it's just the writing notebooks, it was pretty thin. It was really thin. The 4th one bulked it up a lot. But here's what I have. And again, sorry I can't turn this around to show you. My camera is not working for me right now. So I created a daily reflection and devotion full notebook. This I made with some Rhodia dot grid paper that I had and scrapbooking paper as the cover. And I actually made 3 of them the same way. With the Rhodia dot grid, I just took everything I still had on that pad of paper and folded it up, and then I took those 3 down to the Office Depot because they had a long arm stapler. I had them staple it and cut it to size. Easy peasy, took 2 minutes. Because if I had tried to do that, it would have taken 2 weeks. And what I am putting into this journal, on the cover here, I want to write down, I have written it down, I need to print it, put it nicely, do something, but my morning prayer. When I wake up in the morning, I come out and I try every day to, at a minimum, light a stick of incense or tea light. If I have absolutely nothing, then I just offer up my prayer, thanking the gods and my ancestors for allowing me another day to grow and to learn, and for their continued wisdom and protection. So if anyone is interested, I will have a companion blog post linked to this video, and it has that prayer in there if you want to take a look. But that's what I'm going to put on the front here. And then what I have decided to do is I've taken my Kuan Yin Oracle cards. I love those Oracle cards. It's a great deck. It's beautiful. And each card has if you get it with the booklet, each card in the book has a meditation on the topic and it has a prayer. So I chose one card for the week. I need to choose one for this week, actually. It's a Monday. And then I put the prayer here to begin with, and I underline any verbiage, any thoughts that catch my eye, that things that strike me as, oh, I want to think more about that. And then I created questions related to those things I underlined. For example, I underlined feel the compassion. Feel the compassion that you have for me. And my question regarding that is, how can I feel compassion for myself, and how does it manifest? So I create little thought questions for myself, and then throughout the week I come back to those questions and I think on them, I meditate on them, and I write down my observations. I write down my thoughts about those things that I wanted to delve more deeply into. In this case, for this week, I did actually then create additional prayers to go along with those items. And then when I complete one, I go on to the next question. And I did that for several pages. Oh, I meant to set up I'm going to draw out a crystal grid for compassion. And I sort of did that with my summer altar setup. So that was basically the idea that I had, but I haven't drawn it in yet. And then I had the second card, and I did the same. I wrote down the prayer from the booklet. I worked with the meditation from the booklet, but this one I didn't have as much information. I came up with some questions, but I'm going to have to work more on this one because I really didn't connect very well with the message for this one. So I figure that's fine, that's great. It will come up when it needs to come up, and I will just work on it then. And then, of course, I'm only in the 3rd week of doing this, so I have to start a new one today. All right, and then these other booklets, I have a list. I haven't labeled all of them, but I did label one for tarot, because I have been doing some more research. I've been practicing with some different tarot, it's not spreads, but ways of reading the tarot, which I mentioned in my tarot update. So any notes from books I'm reading, any thoughts on that, I'm putting in here in this book. Then I have one more, which I have not labeled yet, but I'm going to either do runes or herbs in this one. I will definitely have something for both runes and herbs. I just don't know which one I want to start with right now. And lastly, the fourth notebook I put in here, this one, was a Piccadilly notebook that I have. I love the Piccadillys. Love the Piccadillys. I don't know why no one talks about them. Now, the bound notebooks from Piccadilly, the ones that look kind of like the Moleskine or the Leuchtturm, I don't think those are great quality. I mean, they're cheap. They are cheap, which is a good thing. But the quality is not as great. However, these are like the Moleskine Cahiers notebooks. They come usually in packs of 3. I love the covers. They are beautiful. And the paper, I mean, it's maybe not ideal for fountain pen like I use. It's not quite smooth enough for that. It soaks up the ink a little bit. But as generic paper, it's wonderful. It's perfect. And it has narrow lines. I need to see, I don't know if it's a standard 7mm or I really like 5. Yeah, that's why. It's basically, it's a 6mm line. That's why I love it. I love 5 millimeters, and this is 6. So for me, I love these notebooks. And I had one that I just did not know what to use it for. It's been sitting in my closet for ages. So I cut this one down. I should have taken it over to Office Depot to have them use their laser cutter. I used my paper cutter and probably ruined the blade for it. But I just cut it down to size and I stuck it in here. It's perfect. So this also will be used for, this one is considerably thicker than the ones that I made. So I may divide this into 2. I may have studies, like year and a day studies and herbs, or I may add in crystals to something. I don't know, but I know all of these themes are something that I want to work on, and I want to have one spot. So I think the nice thing about this journal is I have my daily devotion that's going to be static, and all of these other notebooks for specific topics, I can move around in and out of this journal depending on what I'm studying at the time. And then when I come back to it, I still have everything in one place. So I may do tarot for a couple of weeks, and then I want to do runes. I'll swap it out with the runes. Then a couple weeks later, I want to go back to tarot. Okay, then I grab my tarot journal and I just pick up where I left off. I like the idea of that. The other thing I would like to do with these, see the 4 in here makes it kind of, you gotta squish it in to keep from it overlapping. But I may also add some tabs on here just to have it a little bit easier to get to, although with these notebooks it's really not hard to flip from one to the other. But I like tabs, so I'll probably add some. Alright, so that is how I am attempting to use this notebook. The other reason I wanted to find a purpose for this is because I did wind up getting one of the olive notebooks. I haven't seen it yet. They sent it to the wrong address. They sent it to my family's address, so it's got to be shipped to me. But I'm really excited. So now I need to find purposes for these notebooks because I don't want them just sitting idle. That's what I'm working on right now. I do have a companion blog post in the works that I've got to complete. It will be linked to this video. And if anyone is interested, I thought about doing like a example video if I can get my camera working and show you the process I actually go through at my altar for my morning daily devotional. If you are interested in that, please do let me know and I will figure out how to put that together for you. All right, thanks very much for watching and talk to you soon. Bye.